We recently received a request for proposal from a global manufacturing organization that was interested in creating change management competency across their enterprise. We subsequently attended a bidders Q&A session, and one of the bidders asked a great question. How are you differentiating creating change management competency from creating a change-capable organization? Really important question to ask, not just in the case of this request for proposal, but really from an organizational standpoint, companies who are organizations moving into the change management space, more and more of those organizations are really looking at going beyond simply training people in a managed change methodology. The real distinction between whether it's a competency development effort or an effort to create organizational change capability is really a decision, again, desired state driven. When we talk about creating change management competency, it's really focused on improving or establishing the skill and the ability of change agents and sponsors to implement, to fulfill their role in a particular change management methodology. So for instance, in the managed change methodology, the LaMarche Global methodology, sponsors they need to have the skill and ability to lead change through the organization. And we expect that change agents will be responsible for facilitating the change, for actually developing the plan and implementing it. So a change management competency focus is on providing those skills and abilities and the application experience to make that happen. If, however, our scope is broader and the desired state is creating a change-capable organization, then the focus all of a sudden becomes much broader. It is not just creating that competency in individuals in specific roles in the change process, but it's looking more broadly at how will that competency thrive and fit inside of the organization. For instance, have we created the infrastructure for change management to be most effective and efficient? Do we have organizational structure? Are there job descriptions? Are those individuals doing that work? Is it part of their performance management? And are they evaluated on the performance outcomes for those efforts? And finally, I would say that the culture is another dimension that requires attention. If we're looking at creating a change-capable organization, the culture of that organization will clearly be impacted. We need to understand what's that going to look like. So for competency development, training is at the core of all of that effort. Creating capability is really focused on bottom line performance. Bottom line performance, increase in productivity, increase in customer satisfaction, really a tie to the business metrics that are being used to determine overall success of the corporation or the organization. So competency, of course, has to be one of the important elements of building capability, but it goes much, much further beyond. Building that organizational capability is a change project. It requires a desired state definition. Clear desired state with metrics. It requires authorizing sponsorship and an authorizing sponsor who will lead that decision down through the enterprise, will lead the governance structure that needs to be put in place to allow it to be successful. The next part of that decision, or the infrastructure component, is really looking at how do we take those competencies that are being developed and organize them. So that hierarchy of competency is an important step in the larger creation of organizational capability. We have to have the people, the individuals in the organization, or a relationship with companies like LaMarche Global to be able to deliver that training or the teaching, to provide the consulting support initially, and certainly to provide the coaching that is essential for sponsors and change agents to learn to do their job well. Step one in organizational capability development, in our experience, is the identification and subsequent adoption of a methodology. Or if you like, build your own, but until a methodology has been agreed upon and the work begins to integrate that methodology into the business, we're not ready yet to create organizational capability. When we talk about building change management organizational capability, there are 10 building blocks at the core of that effort.